Hi, I'm just sharing this post that I've received from Ken O'Keefe, and I'm just going to read certain points of it out to you. The Zionist report has now joined the bandwagon of so-called alternative news providers who have decided to do a hit job on Ken O'Keefe, you know, and it's just so absolutely ridiculous. And I did make a video about it when I first realised that this was going on, and I didn't know, I couldn't find any news of Ken O'Keefe, and I really was quite worried. I was thinking, what on earth has happened here? Because I did realise straight away from looking at the situation that this is, at the core of all this, is the fact that Ken O'Keefe very bravely spoke out against Max Egan's friend. I've forgotten his name. But he spoke out against him because this guy had been involved with this like religious cult that it recently came out was involved in organised sexual abuse of children. And Max Egan's friend, who was also became a friend of Ken O'Keefe, and who is himself a truther apparently, and promotes himself as some sort of spiritual light of guidance to people. This guy had been working for the he'd been working for this cult at the time, at the height of the abuse basically, and then he'd left that years later, I think in the 90s, and had changed his name and become this truther. So he'd utilised all the contacts that he'd made as PR, head of PR. He was the manager, PR manager for this like religious cult, Children of God or something it was called. And so all the contacts that he'd made through there, he was able to very easily establish himself as, you know, an independent spiritual guide for people, as some sort of truther. And, you know, so he was able to set himself up with a following because he already had that kind of credibility. And as I say, it has since come out now recently that this cult was definitely involved in abusing, organised sexual abuse of children. And so Ken O'Keefe saying, well, what did this guy know about it then? He must have known about it. He was head of PR. He was friends of the guy who was head of the cult. Surely he must have known something, that he'd left children at risk. And as soon as he started asking those questions, bam, suddenly he's been accused of, you know, stealing money off his fundraising thing that he's done for world citizenship, and they've accused him of, you know, just bullshitting everybody, and just stealing money, and not actually even with any intention of providing anything. So, you know, these are the accusations. I've stolen donated funds from the mission I created. I'm buying land with donated funds. I have not paid people the wages they were owed. I have no legal strategy, or one that legal experts reject. I have committed blackmail. I am committing fraud. You know, these are the things. They've also accused him of being that is, well, what is it really? He's found a girlfriend who happens to be a bit younger than him. I mean, is that really a crime? But basically, you know, they've exploded it out of all proportion that he's found this woman and they ran off together to Dominica, and he's raided the donated funds, you know, to buy land for himself and his new girlfriend in Dominica. It's absolutely ridiculous. Of the above accusations, I provide evidence that establishes number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as provable lies. Number 6, that numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 are bullshit and should be seen for what it is as well. In case of number 1, our profit and loss statement shows I took no salary, much less stole money. So that was an unsubstantiated lie that was signed off on by a certified public account. What has the other side provided? Number 2, I actually lost that little piece of land because I could not come up with the needed money to save it, even though I did of course have access to donated funds. But of course I would never use those funds for any unjust expense, so I did in fact lose the land, verifiably so. So number 2 is a lie, provable so. Number 3, again, the profit and loss proves Max's friends got paid. Thousands in fact. They just wanted more. The bank transfers do of course verify this fact, and I challenge all concerned to check in with William and Sue Genske, Samantha Bachman, the main accusers aside from Max Igan and Richie Allen. If they say here in 2017 that they were not paid thousands in 2016, then I will publish the transfers of their pay to prove they are lying through their teeth. Let's see how many of my enemies take up this challenge. All I need is a public statement from any of the 3 saying they were not paid, and it will be done. Good luck with that. Freudian slip there. Enemies, animals. So these people were paid thousands. Okay. What was Max Igan? What was Max Igan paid for then? Why was he paid thousands? But Ken O'Keefe didn't even get a salary himself. But the people who have been paid, who have actually profited from the funds that were raised, they're accusing him, and that is exactly what these narcissists do. These narcissists and covert narcissists. This is your assignment now, you little quislings. Zionist report, Richie Allen. Ask them rather than repeat the lie that they were not paid. Me, on the other hand, I took no salary and did not even use World Citizens Funds to pay for my Fuck the TSA tour in 2016, in which I was largely speaking about World Citizen. That tour cost me thousands, probably so, and I had that money because my mum left it to me after passing on the year before, and that is true. And he did say, he made it on one of his videos, and he did say my mum has passed away and she's left me some money, and that he'd used it to further his mission. So he's given everything he's got to inform the public, and he's being accused of stealing from the public. You know, and I know, you know, my empathy is fully with Ken. I know exactly how that feels. I've had very similar things done to me personally, obviously to a much lesser degree, because you know, I haven't got the kind of standing that Ken O'Keefe's got. I haven't got lots of money, but I have had the same similar things done to me, and over money as well. That I've had people who've stolen off me, and then I have actually, years later, even though they've done those things to me, I've forgiven them, and then years later I have given them money, and then they've accused me of stealing off them, claiming that I'd actually received more money than I did actually receive, even though they saw the bank statements, even though They saw all the paperwork, all the necessary paperwork, the legal paperwork. They still accused me of stealing off them, saying that I'd received twice as much. And this was money that I did not even have to share with them as well. You know, so I do know exactly how it feels. And especially when it's people that not only have you paid just because of your ethics, but then to be accused of stealing, you know, of people who in the past had actually stolen off me, you know. And I'm talking about family, you know what I mean? That this is, I know how bad the people of this world can be. I know fully how bad they can be, how easily, and how money is their god. They will literally do anything for it. Money and an ego trip. That is what a lot of people are operating on. And that's why Ken is being attacked, and because he is trying to really do something really important and positive. He really is. This world citizen thing, it has got the establishment very, very worried, because one thing that does worry them is the law. Okay? And as for Zionist report, hasn't continues to put out some very good information. Yes, they do. That is how they work. Look at Alex Jones, for example. When he first came out, and, you know, he was putting out some information. Oh, he got into the Bilderberg meeting. He was going on about 9/11 and going on about serious things. And then all of a sudden, he's there supporting Donald Trump. You know. Even continuing to support him while the guy is blatantly going against everything that he said that he would do. But he actually hasn't, because, you know, he has improved. He promised to improve, to give the people a much better healthcare package. That is what Donald Trump promised, that I will give the people a much better healthcare package. And he has done. But because he was talking politically correctly, you see. Because when he was referring to people, he was referring to the ruling politic recognises as people, and that's the corporate people. Everybody else, you don't count as people to somebody like Donald Trump. So he's delivered a fantastic healthcare package for the richest of America. You see? Because they're the people. Because that's how they work. And, you know, Alex Jones, like I say, they tell you the truth in order to, at some point, abuse their power to misguide people and to manipulate people, to abuse the trust and power that they have over people on strength of the truth. Okay, but who does the truth actually belong to? Who does it belong to? Who has got a right to say, I own the truth? People can say, I own my truth, my experience, my understanding, which I'm prepared to share. But if it is somebody's life, and then somebody else takes that story and then starts saying, oh, no, well, no, actually, this is my story, this happened to me, that's theft, isn't it? Because it isn't their story, it's somebody else's story. But the general truth of what's happening in the world that Ken O'Keefe is sharing, and that people like Alex Jones purported to be sharing, it actually belongs to the people that suffer the worst of those truths. The truth of what is happening in Palestine belongs to the Palestinian people. It's their truth. Just because somebody stands up and starts speaking out against it, it doesn't mean that person, that the truth belongs to that person. That person is sharing, relaying the truth of what's happening to the people in Palestine. Now, a genuine person who's doing that, like Ken O'Keefe, is doing it from his soul, from his compassion, because he wants to help these people. He wants to stop this type of abuse. This is why he's trying to establish the one world citizen. And maybe that is what the Zionists are afraid of. If this does get up and running, and if they do have a legal platform, and if Palestinians become a one world citizen, what could that mean? You see, we're dealing with a very paranoid psychology. You know, you're talking about paranoid psychosis. That is what they are. Psychopathic, paranoid, psychotic. And the slightest little thing will have them, oh, yeah, seriously. You know, I'm only a slightest little thing. And I've been attacked. On so many levels. On so many levels. So, you know, what he's going through, and it is really serious, because he is such a huge public figure, and this does have an impact on the public, and it does feed negativity, and there are people out there who jump on negativity like this, people who don't like Ken O'Keefe, people who stand against what he's supporting, people who are quite happy to witness Palestinians suffering all kinds of abuse and atrocities, people who think that that is what should happen to anybody who's Muslim. So all of this is food for those people, and they've done this to Ken O'Keefe, knowing full well that by doing this, they fed a wolf. They fed the wolves among the internet public. And they will feed on it, and they will use it. And so something like the Zionist report, okay, the very fact that it's popular and it's probably got a huge following, then that just tells me that they are controlled opposition. Because if they weren't, they wouldn't be there. They'd have been trolled and hacked. They'd have been ignored. Okay, so they will be controlled opposition. And that is where I'm at now, you know. It has been a very long, hard, distressing learning curve about what is going on in the alternative media, and to my absolute dismay I find that probably 8 out of 10 of these alternative news providers are actually controlled opposition, or else they're an ego tripper, or somebody promoting some negative, ultimately negative ideology, or really they just blatantly want money. So any issue that suddenly invites massive public interest, suddenly they're there. They're not there because they really care. It's like the Pizzagate thing. That exposes it all. You can see how certain people have used it to try and promote Trump and claim that all the Democrats are, you know, paedophilia is something that's exclusive to being a Liberal Democrat. Do you know what I mean? It's just absolute rubbish. But nonetheless, you know, that is what some people. And then there's other people that all subscribe and give me money, you know, just pay, don't forget to click on the PayPal account. And it's all about them, you know. And it is just blatant ego tripping and money making. But in amongst those people, there are people who are genuine, because they are saying what they're saying. They're sharing information because they genuinely care. And that is, you know, that's what I mean about sorting out the wheat from the chaff. And as far as I'm aware, Ken O'Keefe is wheat. And everybody who's attacking him is chaff. And so therefore, Zionist report, you are chaff. If you cannot accept the evidence and continue to spread malicious rumours and gossip and support it, okay? Because this is what I call a covert narcissist attack, and it's being done publicly, and you will not get away with it on my watch. I've called you all out, every single one of you, okay? And yes, I'm the one said there's strength to be gained in eating humble pie, because these people, some of them do, well, all of them do need to apologise and to get with the people and stop making things go slow by causing division, because that is exactly what they're about. Divide, 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 divide. Everything gets infiltrated, and the infiltrators use the knowledge, their inside knowledge, to create divisions, and that is exactly what has happened here. I've already said I don't trust Max Egan. It may be that I'm wrong in that he's just genuinely been duped, because people do get genuinely duped. So I am prepared to give him the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, I am suspicious. And I'm suspicious of the Zionist report now. But as I say, they can't get past me. I'm going to check them out, and I bet you anything I'll find something that will just tell me. It'll just be alarm bells. Pfft, no, controlled opposition. Because I know now. I've been through that mill, okay? That psychological abuse. Where you really trust people. You think these people really care. And you find out, no, they don't. And, you know, to be accusing him, they're trying to say that he was blackmailed, you know, that he blackmailed Max. He didn't at all. He didn't blackmail him. Actually, Max was, it was an internet conversation. Max was threatening him, really, you know, accusing him of all these things, had accused him basically of all of this. And so obviously, who wouldn't be angry when somebody you think you trust as your friend and colleague suddenly turns round and starts accusing you of all this, just at a point that you've criticised his friend, you've asked questions about his friend, who's lawfully suspected of being complicit in organised crimes against children. Oh, and straight away, all of this. And he said to him, well, you know, I also know things about you. I know stuff about you if you keep on with this bullshit. Which is a natural thing, isn't it? You know. If somebody says, well, I'm going to smash your car up, and you say, well, actually, I've got the keys to your car, which is in my garage. You smash my car up, and your car's mine, mate, okay? Or, I'm going to smash your car up. You might say that to a very close friend who has really upset you. But it doesn't mean that you'd actually do it, does it? Even if they did smash your car up. And actually, Ken has not released anything about Max. But it's things people say in the heat of an argument. We're all human beings. Oh, but you know, slightest word, blackmail, you know, you're talking about an internet a Skype conversation. with stuff like this being bandied about. I mean, people are going to be getting very upset, aren't they? And they say all kinds of things, but it definitely was not blackmail. And, you know, they did get paid. So apparently Zionist reports say, all we ask is this: why not provide official legal bank documents? You can easily shut up people like me, and like your former amigo friend, your former amigo said, I'll gladly eat the humble pie. Really? Right. Okay. Right. So now you and others with little cognitive function or ill will want more than a legal profit and loss statement as required by law and written by a paid certificate public accountant, and you want more from me despite all the other accusations being provable lies. Why is that so? Because some people, donors or not, say I commit fraud. Okay then, all of their provable lies, let's just throw that out of the window and make World Citizen even more challenging. The accusers need more help, man. No shitstorm about them stating and publishing provable lies about me and the World Citizen mission. No need to look into that. Got to have your bank statements on top of the legal requirements for financials which have already been supplied earlier than what was required by the law. Regarding publishing bank statements, I am not publishing bank statements of every transaction and redacting the information, such as the bank, the account number, recipients, which could well make them a target, or other sensitive information that would be used to shut down the accounts and otherwise make an already very challenging mission that much more difficult. At this point, I just think you, Zayar, whoever you are, plural or singular, I do not know, that at least Richie, asshole fake journalist, sure looks like controlled opposition. Alan is at least identifiable. Who the fuck are you, Zayar, singular or plural? What are your names? Oh yeah, you support my mission and respect my bravery, and have partly built up your YouTube audience on my coattails, and apparently all I need to do to satisfy you is disprove all the provable lies and go beyond what is required by law. Do more than hire a certificate public accountant and provide the formal document establishing how funds have been spent, and then you'll be cool. You know, I mean, it is absolutely disgusting. It's really, what a fucking joke the entire lot of them are. And they are. They really are. So, you know, this is a wake-up call. Ken O'Keefe, Truth, Justice, Peace. KOK. Yeah, excellent title. He is KOK. He is okay. K is okay. I know that. I can assure people he is okay. Yeah. For the good people who never bought this bullshit, good on ya. The only reason I'm taking the time to post this stuff is because the enemy is indeed inside the gates, and he pretends to be your friend and ally, and a social justice warrior, when in fact she serves the devil. Be smart, do not be easily misled. If someone is throwing out criminal accusations about anyone, especially good people, who seriously speak truth to power without fear, and call out the bastards who run all finance, Jews, and ultimately have brought everything and everyone who can be bought, thus the fucked up world we have, then don't be stupid. Insist on evidence. Do not join the witch hunt. Call these bastards out. And that is exactly what I have been doing. And everybody needs to do it now. We just need to wake up and get with the human beings. Is this person a human being? Do you know them? Are they using the real name? Are they a real person? Like he says, who is the Zionist report? Where do these things spring up from? And I've just outed one organisation today, you know. So God bless you, Ken O'Keefe. You still have my absolute 100% support, and I will continue to keep watch on what is going on with this, and continue to keep on informing the public. I know that, you know, my support isn't much, but it's the best that I can give. So, you know, God bless you and everybody that is supporting you.